Democratic Alliance is accusing the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller of shortchanging small businesses who were victims of the July unrest in Gauteng. The party says the GEP only disbursed 2 million of the allocated 100 million of the rebuilding fund meant to benefit businesses affected by the looting and unrest, as well as the COVID-19 lockdown. I'm joined now by the CEO of the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, Saki Zamxaka. Zamxaka, good morning, and thank you very much for your time joining us here on Newzroom Afrika, channel 405. First, can we deal with that particular number? And then we'll get to the conflicting stories as to what are the delays. But 2 million of 100 million, is that the figure that has been disbursed at this point?
Hi, Tabo. Well, as at 31 March, it was 4 million. So it was 2 million from GEP and 2 million from the ITC of the one fund. But we have other funds that we've been also working on as the GEP.
Yeah, and as far as people who are applying for assistance is concerned, do you have a figure for us as to how many businesses have actually contacted you who are in the system?
Of what? We've had a lot of applications, Tabo, that have come to the system. So we opened on the 24th of August. We had 1,200 applications as of 31 October. And out of about 500 were done at the time, only 47 actually met the criteria to qualify, because what was important to us was that we don't encourage double dipping. So of the applications that we look at the fact that you've not received support from SIFA, you've not received 100% support from your insurance, because if you're fully covered by insurance, we don't cover you, or if other state-owned companies have done it. We've worked with Solidarity Fund and NEF. We've put in money onto this. We've worked with the ITC. So that's part of what has created some of the delays on this fund particularly. But as I'm saying, those who don't qualify for this fund but require assistance, we've been looking at them. So on the normal fund, which we had, we've committed already about 72% of it. So it's not as if there's no agency to support the entrepreneurs, but, Mr. Ghana, who's an honorable member of parliament. So when we reported to parliament, one of the things we had indicated is also that the committee is aware when we came in, in about April to report, there were audit issues which were raised, which were about also existence of the clients. So as we do the disbursements, we also had to make sure that there is improved governance to not have similar problems that they as parliament were even raising.
Yeah. Now, Ms. Zamxaka, one would think it would be a simple process, for example, to come to you and say, well, unrest, my shop was destroyed, I need to replace this building, or I need to replace this stock. What are the challenges in far as processing those particular claims?
So as I'm saying, Tabo, even for us, we think it should be that simple. And I think those entrepreneurs who are listening to us can contact us and send us emails where they have proof that they've been affected and they have not received support elsewhere, that we can look at as a matter of urgency. As I'm saying, part of the challenge has been that people have received some support elsewhere, but some of them then can't prove that they were affected. The Department of Economic Development had actually done a study of the area and the number of businesses that were affected. And we think that part of what has happened is that most of the businesses may have received support from one area or the other, one based on the number of applications we received directly linked to the looting, but some of them just simply don't provide the document that supports that you operated before COVID, you were before looting, and you were affected by the looting, and you plan to still continue the business. So it shouldn't be that complicated. We've worked as well with the ITC to look at some of the applications. So even their pipeline in Gauteng, in other areas, well, KZN mainly, the volumes were higher of entities that were affected. But here, the NEF had 150 million. SIFA, I think, also had about 150 million. So there were a lot of other funds which were in the province which were meant for this. But we are open. I mean, as I'm saying, those entrepreneurs were, they think they are in the queue and we've not attended to them. On a daily basis, anyone who sends us inquiries, we attend to those inquiries. And these ones are a matter of urgency because we want the businesses to get back. So yes, part of it maybe delays we've had because, I mean, we only started, as I'm saying, in August, end of August, because our IT systems were not working. But two, we had to make sure the vetting is much better than it had been before so that we don't get to a process where somebody says you've disbursed 100 million, can you prove who those people are? So the first couple of months we're making sure that the processes are improved, and there are some applications we've also processed in the month of November, but we'll report on those in the next couple of days once we then have tied up the work we've done for November.
All right, Zamxaka, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us, CEO of the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, there on the disbursement of that rebuilding funding for businesses affected by the unrest.